for about 5 or 6 minutes on unlisted, so it wasn't even public. This guy right here. I am too young to be making such errors with social media and not understanding applications. It just makes me think when I'm in my 80s, I'm so getting scammed by the younger generation and AI. I'm gonna be in a mess. I'm definitely gonna be one of those guys that gets scammed because, you know, if already I'm finding myself struggling with the technology, oh boy, we're in trouble. Yeah, so let me just see that we are live. That we're okay. Yeah, I am live. Okay, nice. Awesome. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm on the computer looking at me. Okay. Okay, let me check this audio. See if the sound's alright. I'm on the computer looking at me. Okay, the sound is alright. The sound's okay. I think we're good. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We have a viewer. I don't know if that's me though. It could be me. It could be me. We'll see. So what I was explaining to myself in the previous attempt at going live, where I put the video on unlisted instead of public, was that I'm reading the Daily Laws by Robert Greene, and it's literally as it says, the Daily Laws. Essentially every single day there's a particular chapter, very short, very sweet, but for a bit of inspiration, a little bit of psychology, philosophy, and yeah, it's like supposed to be from the start of the year, every single day until the end of the year, but as you can imagine, we're now in October, or literally approaching the end of October, so it's impossible for me to do the Daily Laws, but I'm just going to go and read from this one. So it says January 9th, I'm going to switch it to the 31st of October. So find inspiration in your heroes. What's going on, Seacar? As a young boy growing up in North Carolina, John Coltrane felt different and strange. He was more serious than his schoolmates. He experienced emotional and spiritual longings he did not know how to verbalize. He drifted into music as a hobby, then taking up the saxophone and playing in his high school band. Then a few years later, he saw the great jazz saxophonist Charlie Bird Parker perform live, and the sounds Parker produced touched Coltrane to the core. Something primal and personal came through Parker's saxophone, a voice from deep within. Coltrane suddenly saw the means for expressing his uniqueness and giving a voice to his own spiritual longings. He began to practice the instrument with such intensity that within a decade he transformed himself into the greatest jazz artist of his era. You must understand the following. In order to master a field, you must love the subject and feel a profound connection to it. Your interest must transcend the field and border on the religious. For Coltrane, it was not music, but giving voice to powerful emotions. Are there people whose work affects you in a powerful way? Analyze this and use them as models. Okay, how's everybody doing? Uzbekistan, nice man. Hi, happy Halloween. Hope you got a lot of candy. Oh wait, no. So yeah, for me, I actually went live on this YouTube platform just before this live, and I didn't turn it on public, so I was sat there talking to myself for a good 7 minutes, and yeah, one of the things I explained already, but nobody saw it, was that yeah, it's that you feel old, because obviously I don't do any trick-or-treating anymore. I don't yet have a child, so in terms of in terms of going out and trick or treating. My days are done for now. I'm sure they'll be back at some point when I have a little boy or a little girl to take out trick or treating. But for now, I'm retired. Hi Neza, how are you? How is everybody doing? I don't really know what this live was going to be. I mostly go live on TikTok and as opposed to YouTube. But I guess for you guys that are just hopping on, you see me for the first time. I don't know if you're subscribed already, but yeah, I'm Alfie, and I make content on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, all around sort of good habits, reading, getting into fitness, trying to make changes in your life, these sorts of areas. And you'll see by my channel, we've got loads of videos. Sanjeet, how's it going? Where are you from? I am from Lincolnshire, England. What about you, Sanjeet? Where are you from? The crazy thing about lives is that you can be speaking to somebody from anywhere. So I'm curious, where are you from? And Neza as well. I don't know if you're still here. Is anybody celebrating Halloween? What are you guys plans for tonight? I'm just having a little look at the YouTube toggles because they're very interesting. Oh, retouch. I've got a bit of makeup on now, seemingly. I don't really like that too much. Prefer the natural. So yeah. Now, what's going on, everybody? What are you guys up to? How's things? I actually asked my father to cut off my internet, and I've deleted all games from my phone, and I've started filling my free time with journaling and stuff. You actually opened my eyes. Thank you again. Oh, brother. No, I'm super pleased to have had that impact. That's awesome, man. Are you a subscriber? That's an incredible message. I mean, I think that's going to be something that serves you really well. I mean, again, it's like if you find those things are not helping you, like having the games on your phone, it's a good idea to get it away from you. I mean, one of the things with producing content is that it's very hard for me to post on platforms without having the apps on my phone. I've tried it. There's been times where, so YouTube have a platform called YouTube Studio, and the same for TikTok and Instagram, where you can upload, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite as smooth. It's not quite as easy. And there's been times where I've tried to get them off my phone because you don't want to get distracted. But you do find yourself struggling if you create content to actually post the same volume. So fair play to you, man, for getting rid of everything. Like I'm on the YouTube app now, streaming this. But yeah, there's many times that I want to get rid of the apps and everything. But I think that's going to come at a time where the channel grows a little bit more. We are at 1,001 subscribers, I believe. It's a nice number, 1,001. And, you know, at this stage, I can't really, it doesn't really make sense to pay somebody to upload and do the edits just yet. But maybe at 10,000, we can start getting into that, and I can get the apps off my phone as well. But awesome with the journaling, man. I think it's really nice. Getting pen to paper is something I think we could all do more of. I really like a nice voice note on the phone, so you can sit there and have little conversations, and then at some point down the line, in a few months' time, you can re-listen to those conversations and reflect on what's gone well since then, what's not gone well since then, pros, cons, whatever. But awesome that you shared that. Thank you. Welcome to the live if you're just hopping in. So I mentioned that I've been reading The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. I have got myself another Robert Greene book, The Art of War. He does make an intimidating book. I've got to say, if you walk into a cafe with this, some people think you're a freak. It's like, what's this guy planning? You know, what are his intentions? But it's actually really good to understand some of the dark psychology, so that you can protect yourself from people that will use it against you. But you know, when you're walking into Costa with a great big Bible with the 33 strategies of war, there's no way that some mum of 4 kids is going to look at you with anything other than a concerned look on her face. And yeah, the last book that I finished was this little book here. It's a biography about Elon Musk, and I was really impressed. I was really impressed. The man has a sick work ethic. Really, really sick work ethic. The guy was doing 90-hour weeks consistently, probably for 30 years. It just makes you think. And there were engineers within his company that would say to him, "Boss, I'm burnt out. I can't do it. I need a break. I need to spend some time with my family." And he'd say, "I get it. I completely understand. But that's not how we do things at this company. If you want to be at this company, you have to do the hours. You're fired." And it's cutthroat, but he would fire them, and then he would go and do their job as well as being the CEO of the company. So when somebody says, "Oh, you're fired, you know, you're not working hard enough," and they don't work hard themselves, you can look at it and think, "Well, that's not right." But when you're the CEO and you're already doing, 90 hours plus a week, you fire a member of staff and take their job as well as doing your job. There's a certain element of respect that you've got to give there, even though it's ruthless, and I wouldn't want him to be my boss, in all honesty. I don't think I'd do too well. I think it's very important to have that time with family. Super cool though that Shit Ranch mentioned that to his dad, and he's looking to spend his time more productive. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, brings me on to a good point though. I was just filming earlier, and one of my newest videos sort of centered around the fact that I noticed that there's a few people within the personal development space that will allow their personal development to develop themselves a little bit of an ego. They go into the gym, they're working hard, they're doing all the good habits, and they see other people that don't do it, and they think they're better than them. This is a mistake you don't want to go down. This is a path you don't want to walk down, rather, because it makes you very bitter, it makes you very angry, and this when you look at other people and judge them because they're not working as hard as you, it's not really about what they're doing, but rather it's about the fact that you don't ever want to find yourself falling into bad habits and not working the way that you are. It's not really about them, it's more about you. That's the eye opener. Hey, we gained another subscriber. That's amazing. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. What's going on, guys? How are we? There's a couple of people in here. I hope the audio's okay. We're trying with the DJI tonight. The DJI mic. Hopefully it sounds good. I checked it earlier, but I'm not too sure. First time connecting it to the iPhone. Hi, Tonal, how are you? What's going on, man? Maybe you're not a man, I'm just generally. How's everybody doing? So are you guys subscribers to the channel, or have you come from the For You page? It's I can't really see, you can't really tell the interaction on YouTube Live. I've got to say it's not as good as some of the other platforms. On on TikTok, you can kind of see a little bit more clearly who's following, who's not. But YouTube, I hope they don't punish me for this. They're gonna get rid of all my viewers now. You're a sub, a nice one, man. Which which video did you first find me on? So I've made a few. I've made quite a few, and I love doing them. And it's something that I just won't stop. I just like doing it. I like expressing my thoughts on particular things. You know, sometimes I'm not always gonna hit the mark, and sometimes there's gonna be times where I'm wrong. There's gonna be times where my opinions change over the time, over the years, which I think is quite normal. But I always try and say what I genuinely think and genuinely believe. And I always try and provide genuine value. There's a lot of people that make the content that I think just make it to get views and stuff. This is why I don't do thumbnails. This is why I don't do sort of like editing in the videos, because I just want it to come organically. I just want it to come organically. It might come slowly. It might be a really long time before this channel starts to take off, but it doesn't really matter to me. It's just about providing value, getting comments, and getting comments from people like this, Tonal, that say you helped in some way. And I prefer to do it slow and steady. You know, I prefer to be the guy who has made content on YouTube for like 10 years and then has the success in terms of the numbers. Because at least you can look back at that guy and you can say, you know what, he's been doing it for a while, and not with like cheap clickbaits and stuff and edits and trying to put high dopamine stuff in the videos. It's not about that. It's about I have thoughts, I have things that I think are valuable, and I put it out there. I saw a random vid and decided to support your small channel that has meaningful advice. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Lara, hi there from Pio, Zimbabwe. Authentic videos are rare these days. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I want to make it less rare. I think also, if you guys have ever thought about making content yourself, I'd really encourage you to do it, because you know we've all got opinions and perspectives that are interesting and valuable. And you know, although maybe you click on one of my videos, I might, hopefully by now, after doing hundreds of them, I might seem quite well spoken and I can articulate myself well enough, right? The first video was not like that. The second video was not like that. But after year and year and year and consistency and doing speaking engagements and these things and working on these skills, it gets better. And I'd always encourage you guys, if you've ever thought about making content, give it a go. Give it a go. I'll subscribe to you if you let me know your channel whenever you start. I'll support you guys the same way you support me. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so there's 4 people in here at the moment. I've got another subscriber. That's amazing. Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Are you a public speaker besides YouTube? Oh, so I wouldn't say I'm a public speaker, but I'll do podcasts and these things, and I'm a member of a couple of communities where we sometimes do public speaking within those communities. I'm a member of a community right now with a great group of guys who are looking to improve professionally, personally, within the sort of social media realm as well. And we'll often do engagements where we do speaking sessions on there. But definitely speaking something that I want to get into. But I do, and I go back to the point, I do really, I do really enjoy making the content. It's something that I think if you don't enjoy it, then you're going to get found out at some point or another. Like, I don't know how many videos I've made. If you scroll through my channel, there's probably hundreds at this point. I think, okay, I got the number, about 265. And that's the long format. So all the shorts and live streams, they're all different. I'll be honest, guys, you're not making 250 videos plus if you don't care, if you don't enjoy it. And this is the thing, when you like it, there's not really that pressure to sort of go viral. And I have a lot of people will say, do this particular thing or do this particular thing to generate more views, to generate more interest. And, you know, as much as that might work in a short-term sense, you can talk about this controversial topic to generate more views, to generate more interest. It kind of drifts away from the main purpose of what I set out to do, which was to provide authentic, genuine value based on my perspectives and opinions, which of course, as I mentioned, will change from time to time, but provide value. So what's your main job, and how do you find the time to make hundreds of videos? Yes, so I work in sales, like sort of in the tech space. And yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm just I'm transitioning into a new role, so I have a little bit more free time on my hands now. Within the next week or so, that's gonna change. But to be honest, even when I was doing the sort of 7:30 till 5 within the role before this one, um, you find time because, to be honest, I think I understand where the question's coming from. How long does it actually take to film a video? Like really, genuinely, you put your phone down, you click record, and 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, when you first start making content as well, you try and get your words out so quickly, you just basically vomit to the phone a load of words, they're not in the right order or anything, and you want to turn the phone off as quick as possible. So 5 minutes when you first start. And look, if you don't edit your videos and you don't take a great deal to do thumbnails or anything like this, and you just get it out there, I think you can do the whole process within 20 minutes. And look, if you're telling me that you don't have a spare 20 minutes within your week a couple of times, then I would ask for a line by line list of what you do every day. And I think we can find some moments in the day that you have more time. You're just not using it in the right way. So again, I like to do the videos as consistently as possible because I believe in volume. You know, the more you put out there, the more likely, you know, you are to engage people. Like the video you watched, I don't remember the first one that you said, like just a random video, right? If that day I decided, you know, can't be bothered today, I'll post in a few days' time, you don't see the channel, it doesn't get suggested to your page, and we're not having this conversation right now. So the strategy there is just consistency and frequency as well. Just post. It doesn't take me too long. Don't get me wrong. There's sometimes where you a lot of the videos are kind of based on the experience, and there are times where you have to think quite hard about some experiences that you think would be relevant, lessons that I have learned, and there are some days where you don't have it, and on those days, okay, you don't film, because I'm not in the business of coming on and just making up stories and saying a load of crap just to post a video. Like I try and base it from experiences or things that I have researched and read and learned and studied That's the goal. That's the gist. Hey, thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're on 1,103 subs at the moment. I don't know how many we're gonna get by the end of the year, but I wanna try and just keep pushing as much as I possibly can. The goal for 2025 was actually 1,000, so I already hit the goal, and a couple of months early as well. So I was really happy about that. But the thing with YouTube is that so in order for your videos to become monetized, there's a certain set of parameters that you have to attain, and it's not just about subscribers. It's about the amount of hours that people watch your videos. So I think you have to attain 4,000 hours for people watching your videos for a combined 4,000 hours within the last year. So that's the goal at the moment. Pump out the content, as I say I've been doing, and hopefully at some point, because when you get monetized, you are able to expand the reach a little bit more as well. So that's the goal. So what do you do, tonal gravity, and what's your name as well, man? It would be good to call you by a first name basis. And if you see me looking to the right, I'm just looking at the laptop because I can see the metrics of what's going on. You're in school right now, awesome. So if an American tells me they're in school, that can mean they're in university. Um, but if you're in the UK, obviously that means school. So how, like, are you in university? Are you in college? Are you in school? Where are you? Where are you based? Are you UK based? What year are you in? Grade 10. Is that so like secondary school for us? So you're 15 or so? I would presume, right? Trying to think. Well, year 10 for me was, yeah, 15, and then year 11 would have been coming on 16. Nice. Awesome. And are you, like, you've done well, your exams will be coming up soon. What type of subjects interest you? I can imagine if you're subscribed to me, you're a reader, maybe. I have a lot of guys that follow that like reading. I like reading. I don't know if you've seen the books at the moment, but yeah. Whereabouts did you say? Where did you say you were from again? Did you mention that? South Africa. Aha. Okay. I've just been reading. I've just been reading this guy's biography, and obviously, yeah, he's a South African guy. What are your thoughts on him? I think he's an interesting guy. Very very hard worker. I wouldn't want to work for him, but yeah, very successful guy out of the same part of the world. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. Barely passing maths this whole year, no matter how hard I try. Yeah, brother, I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't get maths when I was at school. I struggled with maths. I don't know what it was. It was just a block, a complete block. And honestly, when I was at school, I struggled within the subjects that I didn't enjoy. If I didn't like a subject, I found it very hard to engage. I would be sat there thinking, why am I trying so hard for this thing that I don't want to use ever in my life and I hate? But when I left school, I did find out that maybe it would have been good to have maths. I think that would have been a beneficial thing to carry with me. But at the same time, I've never really needed it, and it's never held me back too much. I do think when you're looking for jobs to start with, they may ask for maths, but to be honest, as long as you can do the basics, I think you'll be okay. But yeah, for me, when I was at school, I struggled to do things that I didn't like to do. I found that quite difficult. But then, sort of getting into the gym and developing discipline post school, I understood the value of doing things that you don't want to do. So now I'll constantly be trying to learn new skills, reading difficult books. Like some of these are not fun to read. They're not. I enjoy reading, but at the same time, sometimes you want a relaxing read, and I'll have this great big detailed psychological book, and you know, you just you want to give up. But that's where the brain grows. That's where you get better and you get stronger when you're engaging in things you don't want to do. Like I learned different languages. At the moment, I'm trying to conquer the Spanish language. That's a goal of mine. If I'm being honest, you could be a goated English teacher. No, I appreciate it, man. I am TEFL certified. So teaching English for foreign learners, I have a certification within that. So I am a qualified English teacher. It was again, I tell you, like I like to do courses and things like this, and I like to learn skills. This was one of those things that I thought it was a good opportunity. My auntie, my American auntie, which is a strange, I don't know how I have American family, but I do. She's an English teacher, and she taught English to students from different places, and she'd said to me, well, why don't you just get the qualification? She said to me, I'll sponsor you, I'll pay for it. But if you get the qualification and you ever decide to go traveling in different parts of the world, you can then have a little bit of a side income. I thought it's not a bad idea. So I got myself qualified as a TEFL English teacher. Help me. Current English teacher isn't helping me pass enough. Are we talking like tonality, or are we talking the more written things, writing and speaking? Well, what's the struggle? What's the biggest struggle right now? Hey Nelson, how you doing, man? There's a question mark there. I don't know. I don't know why, but fire away, man. Good to see you. We're just speaking about the English language. And we've got a South African friend here who's struggling with his current English teacher, and we're having a little joke that maybe I can be his English teacher. Just watch my videos, my friend. Just watch the videos, and always like and subscribe if you're new. Watch the videos, and if you just listen to the English accent, maybe it's going to help a little bit more. Hi Kai, how are you? American English or European English? So for me, European English. Yeah, there's a lot of Z's in the American English. I prefer an S. Like for example, stabilization has a Z in American British, but in European English, it'd be an S. Subtle differences. But then there are the more big differences. Our transatlantic cousins will kind of add words to words that I don't think is an absolute necessity. So, for example, we would just say to describe riding a horse, we'd say horse riding, but the Americans will say horseback riding, just to specify and have it concretely clear that the back is the part of the horse that you ride. And for us, it's funny. Or, we would say pavement to describe, where you walk next to the road. Americans, sidewalk. But I love Americans as well. You guys are great. Nah, she's just annoying to be fair. Can barely learn from her. Nothing annoying, nothing anything too crazy. Bro, you sound very, the way you've typed that message, you sound very English. I gotta be honest. TBF, nothing too crazy. You sound like a native Brit who can't be bothered to type, but you can't teach that stuff. You can't teach that stuff. So fair dues. And thanks for liking the live and sending these. I can see the hundreds, so I appreciate it. It's very helpful. Like I said, I don't go live on YouTube too often. I am on TikTok, so you can follow me on TikTok. It's the same name. And when I go live on TikTok, we have sometimes hundreds of people engaging in the lives. It's interesting to see the differences between two platforms. So is Kai still here? What do the spammed emojis actually do? Do they attract attention or act as real likes? I think it's just engagement within the videos, so it does help. I don't know how to I don't know how to do it, to be honest. Like I don't know if you were here the very first bit of this live, but I actually went live and I forgot to turn it from unlisted, which means that nobody can see it apart from me, to public. So I was talking to myself for a few minutes. The point I'm trying to make here is I'm a bit of a granddad on these apps, which is really bad because I'm a young guy, so I should have a confident grip of YouTube, of TikTok, of Instagram. Don't get me wrong, I can work my way around them, like I know what to do more than not, but I'm getting scammed when I'm older. I'm definitely going to be that old man who is falling for every trick, especially with how good AI is getting now, with all the with all the like the you can basically scan somebody's face and make it seem like they're talking. I'm 100% getting scammed out of all my money. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm just gonna have to try and train myself. How old exactly are you, Unk? Unk is 22. Unk is 21. Unk's not 22. Unk is 21. Forget my age. So Unk is 21. Unk, brother, it's painful. It's like closer to 30 than 10. That's pain. That's pain. That's when you know you're getting on. Yes, bro. Yeah. Are you surprised, man? I feel like a lot of people are surprised by that, and I often I often get told because obviously, look in the videos, it's not a point of discussion. Like my age is not it doesn't factor into the content that I make. If I'm going live and we're doing videos like this, if I get asked a direct question, it's like, yeah, of course, this is how old I am. But obviously, when you're making the videos, it's about my experiences and it's about lessons I've learned. I don't really go on to you know too specific about private details like age and those sorts of things. But I think people are surprised, and fair play. Crazy how people can look 30s while still young these days. I mean, when I get my hair cut, and I think I'm in need of a bit of a trim. I hope I don't look in my 30s because I feel like there's a fine line when you're 18, you want to look 23 or something like that. When you're 20, you want to look 25, 26. But when you're 20, you don't want to be looking like 35, you know? It reminds me of that episode of The Inbetweeners, the UK show where the plumber is 17 and he looks about 40, and he tells them his age and they couldn't believe it. I just hope that's not me, you know. I know you say I look. How can people look in their 30s? But come on, man, don't do me like that, guys. If you're new around here and you haven't already, support my small channel. Click the subscribe button. I will reciprocate with some tremendous value. What time is it there? So it is now 8:47. So not too late. It's a decent time. At least 43. Hey, thanks, Top G. I appreciate it, man. 43. There we go. Oh, that's peak. If that's an actual comment, that's pretty peak. 2:17 here in India. 2:17. How comes you are awake? I don't want to lose you, but if you need to sleep, go and sleep. Are you struggling for sleep tonight? What's the situation? 2:17 is pretty late. Hey guys, welcome to the live. We've been going for a little while now. I'm enjoying it. I don't feel too tired yet. I feel quite good. Maybe we'll go till 9:30 or 10 or something like that. It's 4:15 here in the Soviet Union. Okay. Okay. Late. 10:48 where I'm at. Okay. Okay. Then we've got a mix. I mean, Top G is up very, very late. 2:17 is, it's late. 4:15. We're not going to bed tonight, are we, brother? Let's be honest. I was studying because I slept in the afternoon, so I had to make up for it. Was just about to go to sleep. That's the thing, right? When you take those afternoon naps, they can backfire on you because you think I just need a little half an hour or 20 minutes or something like that. And I've had it before where you've done those, and not so much these days, but back in the day, before I discovered discipline, before I discovered trying to be productive, 3-4 hours gone, you'd wake up feeling like some kind of goblin, thinking you just open the bedroom door and you walk out of the room and you're thinking, what have I done? He's either sleeping very late or he's waking up very early, and there's no in between. There's no in between. That's it. It's one or the other. Mr. Tate, are you a subscriber, or have you just stumbled across me on the YouTube For You page, which I never use. I never use it. I never use it. It's like I think you can just swipe and see different channels and different videos, but I've never really been on there. So what do you guys do? Are you guys all working? I know we've got some people in school right now. Are you guys students? Are you not students? What's the situation? I mean, you guys can see me, you can see all my stuff, but I just see a name. Same here, I feel like crap after sleeping in the afternoon, but Mum cooks so delicious food that I end up eating a little bit more. And that siesta just turns into an entire day gone, right? How did somebody take my #1 crown? I don't know. You got to get it back, though, bro. You've got to get it back. I appreciate you both. It's good to see you here. I was a real one a lot of this live, 100%. 100%. Appreciate the likes, guys, and the emojis. I know they're helpful. I think they're helpful. I think this is a thing. This is what YouTube try and say, that it's helpful. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But thanks for it. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I know we've got 6 people in here, so you know it's I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's watching. If you haven't subscribed already, help me out. We have a goal by the end of this year. We're on 1,103. I tell you what, I'm going to leave it to you guys, actually. I'm going to leave it to you guys. What should a realistic goal for the end of this year be? And bear in mind, when I say realistic, I don't want to be too realistic. I don't want to be too conservative. Let's have a nice goal for the end of this year. 1,103. How many more do you think we can get? You know, last day of the year, how many subscribers are we ending on? 31st of December. Try chatting a bit more. So we're crown for crown now. Oh, there's 2 crowns, okay. Dot. Set a 10k goal at minimum for 2026. That is a nice goal. That is a nice goal, and it's an ambitious goal. And the thing about goals like that is, if you set that goal, even if you don't make it, even if you don't actually achieve it in the end, trying your hardest to get there is at least going to bring you way closer to realizing that goal than if you would just set an easier goal. Because we've all done it. You set yourself a goal that you know is possible, and you end up coasting. You end up just trotting along. But if you set something really ambitious, you know very quickly that you've got to do it. I set myself a goal for this month, the month of October, to hit 20 runs. So I go to the gym multiple times per week, 3, 4, maybe 5 times a week, and one area of my fitness that I've been wanting to improve is running. So I set myself a goal of going for 20 runs, and yeah, like I said, I knew that that wouldn't be like a realistic sort of number, but I ended up finishing with, I think, 14, 15 last run today, and I was happy with that, because realistically, I've never really done that amount of running in a month before. It's normally been like 4 or 5, so more than tripled the normal output. Show you, but I got a sleeper build, bro. I got a sleeper build. Like I'm 6'3.5". I guess if I stand up, then we can. Like, I'm a tall guy. It's like 6'3.5". And I think, yeah, when you're tall, you don't put on the muscle in the same way as the small guys. But if we go on lifts, let's go on lifts. So body weight, if we're talking pull-ups, I can do on a nice day maybe 12 full extension pull-ups with my body weight, and I am around 90 kilo, something like that. In terms of bench press with dumbbells, so if we're doing incline dumbbell bench press, I can do 42.5 kilogram dumbbells in each hand for maybe anywhere between 6 and 12, depending on the day. And again, yeah, it's hard to sort of describe how strong you are. I mean, I'm not doing like a strip or anything like that. I know you're saying show build, but you can see my height. With 2 months left, trying to build a habit of waking up early and fixing my routine. Well, my friend, you are. We've got a couple of months left. We've got a couple of months left. So one thing I'm big on is there's time. There's time. You've still got time. If you make it a mission to start tomorrow, you can go into 2026 already having worked on that habit. So I'm glad that you recognize it, because a lot of people will just say, yeah, in 2026 I'm going to start. in 2026, that's when I'm going to change my life. And they get there, and it's the same thing as the year before. They don't do anything differently. So they started 2025 saying the same thing, and they didn't do it. So I would always recommend start now. And it seems like you are doing. So crazy seeing you stand up when you're usually sitting down, crazy tall. I mean, maybe that's a thing. Maybe some stand-up videos, you know? Like I feel like height is it's a tool, I guess. I don't know. It's never a bad thing being tall, apart from when you're in a house that has quite low ceilings. That's when it's quite annoying. But but yeah, that's the height. That's the height. How tall are you guys? 5'6"? But are you a big guy? Because I think if you're 5'6", then the way you put on muscle is just different. It's easier to get those bolder shoulders. And I've got a friend. I've got a friend called Zach. I've done a couple of videos with him before. This guy, he's not a short guy by any means, but he's not a tall guy at the same time. And he worked very hard as well. So I'm not trying to say it's because he's not a big guy, but his biceps, it looks like he's got a baby's head on his arm. He's the biggest biceps I've ever seen. I'm not glazing. I'm just pointing out a reality. This guy, this guy's arms are massive, and I couldn't help but think if he was like 6'3", I don't know if he'd be the same. I mean, he probably would still be in incredible condition because he works hard. He's uh he's very consistent with the gym, and he spammed bicep curls in lockdown. That was how he got that's how he got such big arms. But yeah, I feel like if you're not a tall guy, it's easier rather to really take advantage of that and fill out. For us like lanky tall guys, I'm a strong man. I can lift I can lift a heavy amount. Not saying it to stroke the ego, but I know I can, comparing to national statistics, comparing to people that I've trained with. But looking at me now on camera, it's not entirely clear. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when you suddenly start building a habit, your brain naturally refuses to cooperate because it wants to be in the comfort zone. Exactly, my friend. But this is where the discipline comes in. And this is where you have to, although it's very difficult sometimes and you will fail, you'll slip up. This is where you have to try and sort of take control of your own mind. And you've got to say, I'm the captain now. I'm in charge. You want to miss another night of reading? No, we're not doing that. We're going to open that book and we're going to read a few pages and then we can sleep. I'm an English teacher from abroad. I think you can also create English EFL related content as you sound very clear. Nothing to do with your target audience or the purpose of your video. Hey, thank you very much. That's a nice comment. I think so. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned I have done a TEFL related qualification previously. So I am a TEFL certified English teacher. Let me see if I have that qualification here. I do. I do. Here we are. Let me show it. I've got the receipts. I've got the receipts. Let me show the laptop. TEFL. So I did take time to do that, and I wanted to have the option. But hey, maybe I wouldn't say no. I'm never going to say never because you don't know. Maybe I could help people. I I have more of an impact doing what I already do, I feel. and I don't feel that passionately about teaching people English. One of the one of the things that I'll do, I mean, those of you guys that are subscribed to the channel, you'll know the sort of content that I focus on. I do on the side, as well as my normal job. I do offer coaching services for some of the subscribers that would like a bit of a one-to-one access with me, and are struggling with a few things relating to their personal development, certain problems in their personal life. And I'll do calls with those guys, and I have a little community as well, which is linked throughout the channel on Discord, just as a little space for the guys that do watch the channel and struggle um, to talk with each other. Because sometimes it can be difficult being a man. And again, apologies if there are any women in here. It's not like a male-only space here. My channel, the content I make is predominantly for guys. It's a men's personal development channel. Um, but I have had many girls say that they actually enjoy the videos and they like the messaging, which is awesome, because I think a lot of it is not gendered. I'm, it's talking about experiences that don't really apply specifically always to men. It can be helpful to girls as well. But I find that guys are very underrepresented in society, and a lot of guys are struggling. A lot of guys are in silent pain, living quiet lives of desperation. This is a quote from one of my friends. That's the way he summarizes it. And yeah, I don't know if there are enough just guy-only spaces. So that's why I wanted to do this. That was one of my motivations, but I'm never going to turn girls away that are, enjoying the content or appreciate it or ever need any support or anything like that. Good luck in any case. Hey, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. So have we still got my Soviet friend in the chat, Mr. Top G? Is he still here? And guys, look, I mean, there's 4 of you on here at the moment, I think. So if any of you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Every single one of you makes a big difference. A big difference. Little by little, this channel is going to grow. I'm afraid he's gone. Hey, it's okay. We had a good little back and forth, didn't we? We had a good little back and forth. Should I read another one, guys? Should I read another daily law from Robert Greene? Okay, I'll be taking my leave. Go to sleep or my mum will whoop my ass. Hey man, don't get your ass whooped. Get to bed. Have a good one. Looking forward to seeing you in some of the videos, man. Feel free to always comment your thoughts. Be good to hear from you. If you're interested in joining the Discord community, my friend, feel free to click the link in the channel bio, and you can join that way. If you're on Discord, that is. Just a space where us guys can get together and talk. Often there's guys in there that will have particular things going on, and we've got a bit of a nice supportive network. Need to get a bit more active on there right now, but yeah, feel free to join. But anyway, have a good one. Take care. Let me go for another little chapter. So this one is embrace your weirdness. The most courageous act is to think for yourself, and that is written by Coco Chanel. What do we say about masters? They are one of a kind. There's never been a Steve Jobs ever before. There's never been a Warren Buffett. There's never been an Albert Einstein. They are unique. They embraced what made them different. Yes, it comes with some pain. With my books, particularly the 48 Laws of Power, you might hate it. You might think it's satanic. But I can guarantee you've never read or seen a book that looks like it. The sections I created, the opening paragraphs, the quotes on the sides, the shapes. The book reflects me and my weirdness. The publisher was frightened by it. They wanted a more conventional book. And I said, no. I know I've never published anything before, but I'm sticking to what I have here. I stuck to what was weird and strange about me. The daily law. Always stick to what makes you weird, odd, strange, different. That's your source of power. It's true. We all have little weird, unique things about ourselves that, if we suppress, can probably only harm us. You got to embrace it. Now is 1-to-1. Faizan, welcome, man. My channel is about men who are looking to make some positive changes in their life. Maybe ditch some bad habits, get some good ones. But generally, I want people that watch my channel to finish the year better than they started it. That's the mission of most people that watch the content. And I like to take quite an unfiltered approach, an unedited approach. So my videos are long format. I will discuss my thoughts on a particular topic. I will discuss from my experiences or things that I have studied and learned about. And then I will put it to you guys. If that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing to my channel to see some of this content every single time I post. I mean, I'm pretty regular in my posting. Yeah, within the last month or so, there's been a substantial amount of content that I've put out there. So I'm sure one of those videos might be of interest to you. Well, in that case, what's your thoughts about Andrew Tate? Let's go. Let's go. It's controversial, definitely. Look, I mean, I think there's a way better way to put across the message that he does. I think in some aspects he's been really helpful for a lot of young men. He's taught them to get into the gym, to get their money up, to look after their family, and to chase some purpose. But I gotta say, it does come with a splash of unnecessary, particularly towards women, some misogyny within there. And I know a lot of people will contest that and they won't like that because it's what the very progressive sort of side of the political spectrum will go on about too much. That's the main form of attack, but it is actually true. If you look at some of his words and some of the things that he's said on record about women, calling them particular words that I just don't think are helpful, making big generalizations about them. When of course everybody's different, right? We can identify trends in men, we can identify trends in women, but to say men are one thing and women are one thing objectively all the time and forever, I don't think has been helpful. So I think, my honest opinion is, I think a lot of the message is good. A lot of the message is good. There's just stuff that's in there that's not necessary and actually doesn't help him. It actually has the opposite effect. And look, he does it because he wants to create controversy. So when he says something crazy, I understand it's intentional. I understand that he's done it and said it to provoke controversy, to subsequently get headlines and draw a reaction from people. However, I think when you're talking about, you know, on one hand, the guy has helped a lot of guys with low confidence, and the guys who are struggling, and he's helped them get into better shape and find some purpose. That stuff's great, but on the other hand, it just comes with so much unnecessary controversy. And I like the guys who can do the thing of helping people to level up, helping people to build better habits and become stronger, fitter, healthier, happier, more spiritual, without the controversy. And it's hard to find. So I figured I want to try and be that guy. In my personal life, I really try and practice what I preach. I have a little rule that I don't want to make videos talking about something if I'm not actively doing that in my life. Now, there's times opinions of mine are going to change. There's times that I'm going to maybe think something different to what I thought last year. But I think it would be great if a lot of the role models in the men's space, not talking about myself here, by the way, but I'm just talking generally, would just be a little bit more consistent with their words and actions. Not that people can't make mistakes, but with Tate, for example, I just find that, for example, a lot of the stuff he'll talk about relating to women, he say women shouldn't be a certain way. You shouldn't hang around with girls who sleep around the hose as such. He says this quite a lot. But then you'll find him on some yacht with these types of women. Maybe not in recent years because of the whole Romanian thing, but I just find that sometimes words and actions are not consistent, and this is why I think guys need to be careful with not who you're listening to. We shouldn't be silencing voices, but at the same time, it should just be how much weight you are giving somebody's thoughts. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of a YouTuber called Hamza, um, but this guy, he's been exposed so many times now for not doing the things that he says, and this is something that I take seriously. Like, I really don't ever want to find myself in a situation where I'm talking about stuff and not doing it. Maybe one day that happens, but I really give it a lot of conscious thought within the videos and what I produce and what I create. That, look, if you're not living it, don't talk it. And a lot of guys just don't give things that focus. What do you think about 6'7"? Is that a meme? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Dylan, how's it going, bro? How's it going? This is the guy that's always commenting on my shorts, man. I appreciate you. You love the shorts. Can't believe I caught Alf on camera on a live show. I mean, I don't do this too often, Dill. This is a rarity for me on YouTube Live, but I feel like it's a good chance to say hello to you guys that have been subscribed for a while. The videos obviously, I'm talking to you guys. I like it to be personal, like I'm looking to the camera. If you're watching a video, I am talking to you. But right now, I'm actually talking to you, you know. But Faizan, brother, be sure to subscribe. If I haven't sold you already, I don't know what I need to do, man. I need more subscribers. I need you guys to support the channel, and then we can grow from there. I want to generate as many subscribers as possible by the end of this year. Alf, if I had your guidance 25 years ago, it would have helped so much. Keep posting because there are young men out there who need guidance. Ah, brother, thank you, man. Thank you. That's a nice comment to read, because I can see that maybe when you hear that from somebody who's been there and done it, it means a lot. And I hope to have a good impact. Like, I understand I'm a small channel, and there's obviously, look, I can only reach a certain amount of people, but my aim is to with the people that I do reach, provide value and help. Because in my short years, or my short life so far, there's been a lot of troubles, a lot of things that I've had to learn from, sometimes the tough way, and a lot of that is embedded in what I do, trying to put my own lessons and learnings out there for people so that they don't make the same mistake. I do recognize you. Oh, nice. Nice. Have I come up before? Maybe you've seen me already on YouTube. This is a sign to subscribe. I'm 45 now. It took me a long time to catch up. Dylan, what was the thing that got you to start making some changes so late on? What was the thing that really inspired you? Was there a particular moment in your life? Yeah, I'll be leaving now. We'll be catching you, dude, and I'll watch more videos. Awesome, man. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And look, good luck with the maths. I hope you can get on a little bit better with the tutor, and the same with the English as well. Keep watching, keep practicing, I mean, watching the videos, I've been told I speak well, so maybe that will help with the English, just the tonality. But you're a good young guy, man. I think you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Keep working hard. If you can get the maths, get it. That would be great. But yeah, keep me posted, man. Keep me posted. DDFG, I do recognize you. That's it's a bit scary. I will find you. Oh, what's the time now? 9:17. Okay. Dylan, nice, okay. I went through a bad time and realized I took a lot of pain for nothing, but on reflection, I realized if I could put up with hardship, then I could use it to study and train. That's it, isn't it? That realization that if I'm going through pain, I might as well go through good pain. You know? It's like if life's hard, I might as well make it hard on my own terms. And it was 8 years ago. So you were 37, right? Fair dues, man. I mean, one of the things that I've learned from even from speaking to people that I know in my personal life is that, you know, there's even like 80-year-olds who will realize in their last years that they wish they would have done more, and if they're still able-bodied, they take up a new hobby and they get that fulfillment that they've been looking for all that time. It's never too late until it's over. It's why I think a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm 35, my life's over. No, you can reinvent yourself, especially in the modern world. You can completely change career, completely change trajectory, and try something wildly different to what you've ever done before, and be successful. Like for me, I'll say it to you guys clear, like my sort of former goal was football coaching, and I did a degree in sports coaching and management. And at the start of that degree, I was enjoying it. I really liked being a leader in the sports world and helping people improve their skills in a physical sense on the pitch. And you do a lot of leadership and working with people and helping them through struggles in their personal life and on the pitch as well. But one of the things that I found going through the degree, by the end of the degree, I kind of realized that, look, as a guy who has aspirations to have a great life, not just a good life, to follow that dream, you essentially have to give up 10 or 15 years of your life in order to make any money. And look, it's not about money. But at the same time, in order to build a great life for your future family and for yourself, there has to be some money. There has to be something that is gonna generate you a living, right? And within the football coaching world, if you guys don't understand it, is like a lot of it is voluntary. You give up your time, and you're doing great things. You're helping the community. I've given so many hours of my time within football for free, but it was something that I discovered that really I would have to sacrifice those 10 years of my life volunteering and working for barely anything in order to land a good position. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is not it for me. However, you know, I did change. I did change the career, and I moved into well, now sort of sales. And obviously I've been making content for a while, and I will do some personal coaching, which is kind of an extension of my heavy sports coaching background. Because when you're sports coaching, you're not just working with athletes on a particular physical movement, you're working with people. So a lot of that was mentoring, basically, and their experiences that I really learned from. And now I will offer like personal coaching for people, and I've got a couple of guys that I'll work with, and I obviously make the content here, and now I'm working in sales as well. But you know, without having gone through that uni experience of the sports coaching, and then like realizing that it wasn't the thing that I wanted to do anymore, I wouldn't be where I am today. And the underlying message is things might be, you know, right now difficult. You might not know where you want to go and what you want to do, but you can completely change. You can completely turn your life around. It's entirely possible. I promise you it's entirely possible. There are so many people who have done it way later on than you, in their 70s, in their 80s, and they've changed their life completely. So why not give it a go? DGFG, I'm not living up to my potential. Tell me, brother, what's going on? Why do you feel that way? I'll ask you a question. If you could change something about yourself, what would it be? Every day's a struggle. I feel you, bro. I'm sorry about that. If you could change something about yourself, what would it be? Be honest, man. It's okay. It's a pretty anonymous form of messaging. No judgment here. Fire away, man. Hey, Dylan, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Direction is more important than speed. That's good. That's good. Yeah, because it's, you know what? It's like there are people that can run short distance very quickly. Very, very quickly. But when they have to run a little bit longer and they're not used to that longer stretch, when the gun sounds, they'll start very quickly and they'll cover some serious ground. But the guy who is slow and steady and consistent and maintains his normal pace and has a plan, he's going in the right direction, he has a procedure, there'll come a moment within that race where the guy who just started super quick has burnt all his energy and his lungs are starting to struggle, he's profusely sweating, and he's just going to find that the guy who's slow and steady and consistent slowly passes him. Slowly passes him. It's like, yes, it's not about the speed, it's about the direction. And again, I live by this because this channel is not a big channel. This channel is I mean, look, 1,103 people. I'm very proud of that, and I'm appreciative for every single one of you. Like, I don't think I could fit that many people in my house. It's a pretty big number, but at the same time, by YouTube standards, when you've got people with millions of followers, it's not the biggest channel. But you know, it's about the consistency rather than the speed. It's about the I'm going to be here next year. I'm going to be here the year after that. I'm going to be here the year after that. And if they want to reward me with some, like a bunch of subscribers and whatever, amazing. But I'm just going to be super consistent. Super consistent. And consistency is key. And this is the thing. If you're struggling with something, yeah, there's going to be times where you slip up. There's going to be times that you fail. There's going to be times where you have a bit of an identity crisis. And I did this one thing that I don't normally do, and I don't know where I am. But get back on the horse. Try and try again. Consistency is key. Consistency is everything. God bless you too, brother. I appreciate that. And I mean, that's the guy we've got to impress. You know, that's the reality. He knows everything. Everything about you, everything you do that you shouldn't do. But also on the flip side, everything that you're trying to do that nobody else can see. So try and impress the big guy, is what I would say. DGFG. Are you a subscriber, brother? I appreciate you you saying you're going to take more time for the videos. Are you a subscriber? Is Dylan still here? Good man. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Awesome. Dylan, whereabouts are you based again? You have to remind me. I'm just gonna move the microphone. It's getting a little bit warm. I'm gonna take the jacket off. Feels like I'm doing something naughty here, guys. I'm actually just getting a bit warm. Let me put this down 1 second. Okay. Okay, South Wales. Nice. I've stayed in Carmarthen before. I don't know if you know that area or you're familiar. I stayed in this really nice lodge in a place near Pendanker. It was called Stickle Vineyard. It was beautiful. It was an Airbnb. Absolutely beautiful. Are you training for anything in particular? To be honest, brother, I want to be fitter and in terms of the cardiovascular, and I would also like to be able to manage my body weight to a level where it's effortless to do pull-ups and dips and push-ups and these things. I think that's real strength. So I can throw weights around, I can lift heavy, but at the same time, it's not all that functional having the big weights. So functional strength, functional fitness, I would say. What about you, man? What's shocking, it's as if you see me every day. When I slip, you remind me. Such a great person. Brother, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's what I want to do with the channel. But man, keep on pushing. There's gonna be times you make mistakes. Try not to make the same mistakes multiple times. That's gonna happen, unfortunately. That's part of being a human. But just make sure that by the end of this time next year, you're better than you are now. That's the goal, right? Getting better. I'm training for another marathon. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. I mean, again, this is probably something you could help me out on. What's the sort of yeah, I don't think I'd do a marathon. I'd be interested in doing a half marathon, but what was the moment where you really decided to give that a go? Because for me, that's something. My brother, he sent me a message a few times recently, and he said, "Do you want to do this half marathon?" And he's thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and I feel like it would be something fun, to say you've done and go for it. But yeah, what's the decision in your mind to go in relation to running? Like a marathon seems mental to me. A half marathon is more doable. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. What's the thought process? What's the moment that clicks for you? Women, so enticing. I don't know, bro. You've left me. That's a. What do you mean? That was stripped of a little bit of context. Quick question, guys, whilst you're here as well. Recently, I made a bit of an investment to the channel. I have invested in a DJI, which is a pretty nice camera, which will do like a 4K video. It's been pretty awesome. But I don't know, if you're watching the videos regularly and you notice the difference, what do you think of the latest videos with the new camera and the that hurt and the new microphone? This is a DJI and the old ones I was using were Rode. Maybe you noticed a difference, maybe you didn't. Appreciate it, man. Couch to marathon, nothing in between. Fair dues, man. Fair dues. We've been on this one for a little while now. 86 minutes. I feel like 100 minutes has got a nice ring to it. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. But no, I've enjoyed the live. It's been a good one. Are you guys reading anything in particular at the moment? For me, I'm a big reader. I like engaging in challenging reads. Besides the fitness and stuff, you guys reading any material interesting at the moment? Yes, I'm reading 100 Years of Solitude. Let me have a look at this book. 100 Years of Solitude. It's a 1967 novel by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Buen Dia family in the town of Macondo. Okay, nice. Awesome, man. It's nice to pick up one of your dad's old books. I love stuff like that. Apart from my course, I'm studying foreign languages. Which languages are you studying? Para mí, estoy practicando y estoy intentando mejorar mi castellano, mi español. Es muy importante para mí para aprender idiomas diferentes. Entonces puedo hablar con la gente de partes diferentes del mundo y comunicarme mejor. So if you study that one, maybe we can have a conversation. But if not, I've just wasted 20 seconds of your time. And there's no in between, it's one or the other. I read his old books to walk in his footsteps. It's like we have a shared memory. That's wholesome, man. That's wholesome. I've still got my folks, and I would like to walk in their footsteps whilst they're still here. But I think in some regards, man, it's sometimes out of your control. At the same time, you need your parents to. I have a wonderful parents, by the way. They're great, but you can't always be trying to do things. There has to be like a reciprocal energy. Started with Chinese. I don't know any. I don't know any words. Shurikwaya? Shurikwaya? I think that's like happy birthday or something like that. I'm not too sure. What other languages are you studying? Anything else, ma'am? I mean, Chinese is pretty cool. Mandarin, right? That's the actual word. Mandarin. And yeah, speaking of China, hopefully we have like a nice trade deal coming soon so the stock markets can be calm because I'm sick and tired of the volatility within stocks. French, bonjour. Je m'appelle Alfie. Je suis anglais. And that's all you've got from me. But yeah, the volatility in stocks and things recently is just it's crazy. Non-stop up and down. One man says one thing about China and boom. Crazy times. Crazy, crazy times. So what do you do, DGFG? There's a tongue twister. DDFG. Double GFG. What is your profession? I don't know how long the delay is on the chat, but I presume it's a little bit because I feel like it takes a little while. Maybe that's just YouTube, huh? Hey Alf, I have to go, but great chat. I'm a subscriber, so I'll be watching all your new stuff. Best wishes, Dylan. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for support. I see your comments. I do see your comments, and every time, man, I appreciate it when it pops up and I see your name. Normally on the shorts, I see you on the shorts. I say Dylan's commented. He's like, yeah, man, nice. It's really good to speak with you, and yeah, wishing you the best, man. Wishing you the best, and hopefully we can do this again sometime. And yeah, as always, I'll see you in the next one, man. IT, but I've been lost for years trying to recover something I struggle with is not easy. Okay, so what's the job in IT? Is it are you like a engineer, an architect? Are you not like on the tech side, but you work like tech sales or something? And why do you feel lost like professionally? Is it just something you don't want to do? Because that's fine. That happens. I'm a specialist trying to master every part. Okay, nice. So multi-skilled. Are you like I don't know, coder? So a lot of my within my sort of sales experience in tech, a lot of my work has been like yeah, within the IT space. So I did some work in recruitment. tech recruitment, and now sort of more tech sales. It's like working with guys that are like architects, engineers, um, working in cloud, so your Azure, AWS, your GCP, these sorts of technologies. What would you say you are if you had to give it a one word answer? Yeah, everything. But things are changing. What you learned yesterday seems far off today. It's the biggest challenge I face. Yeah, I think particularly with automation, right? Because, for example, the coders are coming out right now and saying that they're screwed because AI is taking their job. And no, I get it. I get it. I understand it. But there's a generation of guys who will never know how to code, never know how to code, and they'll be used to AI. And it's like, well, those coders actually have very valuable skills that if AI at one point, becomes too pricey or people need coders for something again, then they're going to have those skills. They're not going anywhere, you know? But yeah, things are changing every day. This is the reality. I need to invest in a chair because right now I have this little stool and the legs are wobbly, and this is what I've been using to film the videos. And yeah, we're just in need of a nice office chair. I think. I think that would help. 100%. The skills I had yesterday, today I have to start something new from scratch again today. I get it, man. I get it. It's uncertain, but I think, look, if you are a skilled individual, I am a believer that there's an opportunity here to take advantage of some of these changes and jump on board, like get on the ship rather than letting it pass you by. Get on the ship. And look, man, as well, if you're looking for a community of guys to speak to about these problems, feel free to join the Discord. It's linked in the bio of my channel. It will actually be in the description of this live. I think it's on like an auto description. So you should see like a link. It should say Free Men's Community, and there'll be a link to the Discord. So feel free to hop on there, man, and share some thoughts in there. And of course, if you want to hop on a one-to-one call with me and we just talk things out and go through some of the stuff that you've mentioned face to face, then feel free to book. You can do that, the link in the description. So yeah, let me know, man. 98 minutes. It's a good goal, right? This has been my favorite YouTube live. This has been a really good one. And for those of you watching now, it was funny because before this live today, I tried to go live for the first time in a while and I forgot to put it on public. So I was sat here talking to myself for a good 7 minutes. And I was thinking, there's no viewers. There's something going on here. This is weird. And because it's a live, you know that at some point or another, if people want to go and watch this live again, they can go on your channel and review your videos. And I was thinking, it's going to look very strange if I am just talking to myself on this live and there's nobody in here. But then obviously I realized that the video was on unlisted. So nobody could see it because it wasn't a publicly live video. So it's a mad old game. You got to get better at figuring out these platforms if you're making content. I definitely do. Oh, you're such a great mentor. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to help where I can, and that's what I'm trying to do for a lot of guys. Some of the guys that I work with the one-to-one say the same thing, um, and guys in the community have mentioned as well. And obviously, I like reading from you guys on the videos. It's appreciated, man. What about you? I don't know what the actual what the question was. Or what about you? The brain's starting to slow down now. If you can't see already, 101 minutes in, the brain's starting to slow down when you're talking so much. Um, Future so uncertain. I mean, I don't know. I feel good. I'm gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, man. It's just about doing the things that you can do, making sure that you're getting everything done that is in your control. There are things that are out of your control, and that's the rapid advancement of technology, and that's the way that AI is going to start eventually taking some jobs. You can't change that. But what you can do is you can familiarize yourself with these technologies. You can familiarize yourself and start learning and teaching these technologies and getting on board. I'm saying this because you mentioned you work in information technology. And look, if you're like watching AI get better and you're not trying to get better yourself, then they are two forces working against you. But if you're trying to get better and you're watching AI get better, but you're trying to get better, you're trying to become more knowledgeable, at least you're working against this change. So there's some resistance. But if you're not getting better and AI is getting better and nothing's changing, it's both going one way. So I say try and do the things that you can do. Control the controllables. If there's work that you can do that's going to improve you, if there's work that you can do that's going to get you more qualified, that's going to expand your knowledge, get it done. Get it done. You might as well go down trying. That's the way I see it. But I think things are going to be good. I think AI can help us. Maybe it can harm us, but I think it can help us as well. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it an end there. I've been talking for 104 minutes and my brain's starting to slow down a little bit. So, look, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and perspectives. It's been good to sort of meet some of you on the live. So look, if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more from me. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next